Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Sentry. This is a game that's coming to Steam's Early Access program on March 25th, 2024, and it's important to stress that I'm recording this gameplay footage about a week prior to that, so everything that you're about to see is most definitely subject to change. So what is Sentry all about? Well, if I had to make any sort of comparison, and I'm going to be doing this a lot throughout this video, it's very similar to the vein of Orcs Must Die and Sanctum in the sense that you've got a character that you can control, and you're also going to be setting up turrets and other traps so that you can stop enemies from getting from point A to point B. So this is very much a tower defense game with a character that you can control. So if you've played Orcs Must Die or Sanctum, you'll be very familiar with that. So the way the game plays, you've got this ship and you're going to be guiding it down a path similar to other roguelikes like Slay the Spire. You'll be able to, get resources at different points, and on occasion you'll have to fight off alien intruders, and that's where the main crux of the game is. The ship is broken up into sections, and the aliens will pick different sections to invade, and you pick the section that you want to defend, you drop into that section, and then you have to defend against so many waves. And like a typical tower defense game, they usually spawn at 1 or 2 points on the map, and it's your job to put down towers, well, not towers so much as traps, in between, where they're trying to go to stop them. Now, I have to preface this whole video by simply saying, this is going to be more first impressions. Again, the game is very early. This is like pre-early access at this point, so I'm not going to review it. And that kind of leads me to some of the criticisms that I had. Yes, the gameplay was kind of satisfying. I liked the atmosphere. I liked the graphics. But overall, comparing this game to Orcs Must Die, I admit probably isn't very fair, considering that Orcs Must Die 1, 2, and 3 are finished products, and this is pre-early access. So I know some of you are like, well, you really can't compare the two because, well, yeah, but here's the thing. When this releases into early access, the developer is going to be charging money for it. So I have every right to compare the two games, or whatever games I want to compare. It just makes sense. So anyway, I just felt like Orcs Must Die, the gameplay and the combat and the gunplay were a lot more fluid and satisfying than this. That's not to say it wasn't fun, but when I was playing this, Orcs Must Die just felt a bit smoother and a bit more, I don't know, it was more satisfying. I will say the traps in this game felt really meh to me. They didn't feel very powerful. I felt like I was doing 75% of the work, whereas in some tower defense games, it's more tactical. Your traps can do maybe 90% of the work, and then you do 10% of the shooting. This game is more emphasis on you doing more of it from what I've played, and I don't like that. I was hoping for some kind of strategist, difficulty setting to where it would buff the towers, or the traps rather, and, that way I could play the game a bit more casually and a bit more tactically. Again, pre-early access, I'm simply hoping the developer adds difficulty modes to this game and also adds this tactical mode to give traps more meaning. I just had even level 1, level 2 enemies blowing by my traps left and right, and I had to do all the work. It was just I'm like, well, why did I put them down in the first place? Is how I felt. Again, getting back to that whole path thing, again, your ship is going to be encountering various things. You can even upgrade your equipment in between. That includes your first-person shooter weapons and your deployables. That's your traps. Unlike Orcs Must Die, where you earn skulls and you permanently improve your traps over time, this game is it's all about the run. So once you're dead, you start over and you have to upgrade everything again. So there's no permanent progression in this as far as I can tell. I like Orcs Must Die because there is that permanent progression. You can even take it a step further than skulls, and then you can upgrade this or that. There's 2 different things you can upgrade in your little trap book for each trap, which it's really cool. There's also different characters and different weapons. This game, there's only the one character that I saw. One thing I did like, though, when you shoot a window, you get sucked out into space if you're close enough. So little things like that caught me by surprise. It was a cool moment, but like overall, I still preferred Orcs Must Die over this, but I kind of expected that considering this is pre-early access. So this is just something to look into, when it does release into early access. I feel like I played 50% of a game. I feel like in order for this game to have more appeal or as much appeal as Orcs Must Die, I feel like it needs to have more content. All in all, yeah, it's okay for what it is so far, but I felt like again the traps were just kind of lackluster. They didn't do very much, and even if they were upgraded, they still didn't do a whole lot. So yeah, I'm hoping for more, and I'm gonna give this game more time to cook and come back to it much later, like once early access has been out for a while, and then I'll come back, take a look at it, and see what's what. But for right now, it's an okay game, but it needs more. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all next time. Take care.